Greetings, and thank you for joining us for this special presentation from the August 2011 session of EDT631, Media and Instruction, which is part of the Masters in Instructional Technology program in the School of Education at National University. The final project for this course was for students to produce a short video for a specific audience. Let's take a look at three of the excellent projects that were submitted by this outstanding group of students. Video is by Bao Li, who is a graphic artist working in the training department of a major corporation in California. Bao chose the digital storytelling format to produce a video for her daughter about an important part of the culture of Hmong women, and that is the Art of Panda.
Each generation, the art of needlework is passed down from mother to daughter. When I was born, my mother made a lanyard or a baby carrier so that she can keep me close by. When I was old enough to attend school, she taught me how to sew using some of the Hmong Panda techniques. As I bloomed into a young woman, I began to attend the annual Hmong New Year celebrations. When I met your father, we both had just entered college. A year later, we attended our first Hmong New Year celebration together. On our wedding day, I joined your father in yet another elaborate traditional dress which my mother saved especially for this joyous occasion. You came into our lives and taught us how to be a family. As you become more aware of the world around you, you will begin to appreciate the beauty of our culture. As you continue to grow, so will the need for your very own set of traditional Hmong dresses. I promise to teach you the beauty of Hmong Panda so that one day you can pass it on to your own children.
Next up is Robin Jones, who is a multimedia specialist on the staff at National University's library. Robin also teaches a college prep course and chose to make a welcome video for her students. Let's take a look.
Hello and welcome to Pre-College Prep for Success in Online Courses. My name is Robin Jones and I'll be your instructor for the next 4 weeks. You may be wondering, is this course for me? If you have recently enrolled in any degree program at National University, then this course is for you. I applaud you for the decision you have made to take your education to the next level. So let's get started. The goal of this course is to prepare you for your educational journey by making you feel comfortable in an online learning environment. You will need to put in your time and effort, but I know you can do it. How do I know that, you may wonder? I know because I returned to college after a 20-year absence from the educational world. You have a great support team at National University. The faculty and staff will get you all the way to graduation. In order for you to be successful in an online classroom environment, you must have certain skills using computer technology. Additionally, you will need to understand how to effectively conduct research and write scholarly papers. Pre-College Prep for Success in Online Courses will help you bridge the gap from your current knowledge in these areas and take you where you need to be. We will cover what computer hardware and software are required. You will be communicating with your classmates and me using Adobe Connect for twice-weekly online chat sessions. For that, you will need a computer with internet access and headphones with a microphone. You will learn the basics of a word processing program such as Microsoft Word, OpenOffice Writer, or Pages for Macs. This is an essential skill that you will use to create scholarly research papers and other documents for your assignments. You will develop your online skills by using Web 2.0 tools to create a blog. Your blog will serve as the online destination to upload all of your written assignments, posts, screenshots, and images. You will begin creating your digital footprint that you can share with family and friends. You will be introduced to the library at National University and receive instruction on how to effectively conduct scholarly research using online library resources. You can save hours of research time using the library's resources instead of Google for your assignments. Finally, we will cover the process of scholarly writing and the correct way to cite your resources, be it for a discussion post or an assigned paper. You will use your instructor's preferred writing style via APA or MLA. Through your own research and writing of these activities, you will absorb knowledge, then practice skills, and connect them to your life at school and at work. When you finish this course in just 4 weeks, you'll have the confidence and skills you need to succeed in an online learning environment. Now click on the course outline icon and let's get started on your future right now. You've already taken that important first step.
And finally is Amanda Beasley, who teaches mathematics in a charter school in San Diego. Amanda's goal is to create a series of video lessons for her independent at-home students. As you can see from this video on solving single variable equations, she's off to a great start.
Solving one-step equations. Before we begin today's lesson, I want to go through some important vocabulary terms that you should become familiar with. First, solve and simplify. This means to find the answer in an equation. Let's look at some examples. Simplify the expression 2x equals 8. Solve the equation x plus 4 equals 12. In both of these examples, simplify and solve simply mean find the answer to our equation. The next important vocabulary term is inverse operation. Inverse operation is another way to say opposite operation. This term is important because when solving for an equation, you need to know what the inverse operation is. Let's look at some examples of what are inverse operations. Multiplication and division are opposites of each other, so they are inverse operations. Addition and subtraction are opposites of each other, so they are inverse operations. When solving equations, we always use the inverse operation to isolate our variable. The next important vocabulary term is variable. Variables are usually represented by a letter. In this example, x plus 3 equals 12. X is our variable. When solving equations, we isolate the variable. Isolate means to get something by itself. So when solving equations, I want you to remember. First, you want to isolate your variable. You isolate the variable by performing the inverse operation. Let's try a few examples. The first topic we're going to look at is solving using our addition property. When you have a subtraction problem, the inverse operation is addition, so we add to isolate the variable. Let's look at an example. Example number 1. X minus 7 equals 13. In this equation, x is our variable. Since we have a subtraction problem, we're going to use the addition property to isolate our variable, so we're going to add 7 to both sides. We then add 13 plus 7. This gives us 20. So our answer is x equals 20. Let's look at another example. Example number 2. X minus 4 equals negative 3. In this equation, again, it's a subtraction problem. So we will be adding using the inverse operation addition property for solving for the equation. X is our variable. We add 4 to both sides. Negative 3 plus 4 is positive 1. So our answer is x equals 1. Remember, when you have a subtraction problem, the inverse operation is addition, and so we add to isolate our variable. In both of these examples, we simply added, and then we received our answer. Now we are going to look at solving using the subtraction property. When you have an addition problem, the inverse operation is subtraction, so we subtract to isolate the variable. Remember, the inverse operation is always the opposite, and addition and subtraction are opposites of each other. Let's look at some more examples. Example number 1. X plus 4 equals 10. Since this is addition, subtraction is the opposite. We're going to subtract to solve for our variable. Our variable is x. We're adding 4, so we need to subtract 4. 10 subtract 4 is 6, so x equals 6. Okay, let's look at another example. Example number 2. X plus 7 equals negative 2. Again, here we have an addition problem. The opposite of addition is subtraction, so we are going to subtract to isolate our variable. Our variable is x. We subtract 7. Negative 2 subtract 7 is negative 9. And so our answer is x equals negative 9. In both of these examples, they were addition problems. We used the subtraction property to solve for our variable because addition and subtraction are inverse operations. Okay, let's try multiplication and division now. We're first going to solve using the division property. When you have a multiplication problem, the inverse operation is division, so we divide to isolate our variable. Example number 1. 7x equals negative 21. When looking at 7x, you have to remember when a letter and a number are next to each other, it means multiply. So in this problem, we know we're going to use the opposite, which is division. So we are going to divide 7 to both sides. 7x, x is our variable. We divide by 7. Negative 21 divided by 7 is 3, negative 3. So our answer is x equals negative 3. Example number 2. Negative 3x equals 15. Again, negative 3 next to the letter x means multiply, so we're going to use division to solve for our x. Divide by -3 to both sides. 15 divided by -3 is -5, so our answer is x equals -5. Remember, when you have a multiplication problem, you have to divide. Solving using the multiplication property. Again, multiplication and division are inverse operations, so we use them against each other to solve for our variable. When you have a division problem, the inverse operation is multiplication, so we multiply to isolate the variable. Example number 1. X divided by 4 equals -12. Since this is division, we are going to make sure that we multiply. X is our variable, we're dividing by 4, so we need to multiply by 4. We multiplied by 4 on both sides. -12 times 4 is -48, so our answer is x equals -48. Let's try another example. Example number 2. X divided by 5 equals 2. Since this is division, multiplication is our inverse, we need to make sure that we multiply 5 by both sides. 2 times 5 is 10, so our answer is x equals 10. So today we went over learning how to solve one-step equations. The main thing I want you guys to remember from today is that you always perform the opposite operation in order to solve for the variable. Hope you liked the lesson.
Thank you, Amanda. I wish I'd had you as my teacher in the 9th grade. Maybe I would have passed. I also wish we had more time to show you more videos from this group of students, but maybe this 3 gives you a sense of the range of topics and technical styles, as well as the excellence demonstrated by these fine students. I also look forward to seeing you again soon for another presentation from these students in National University's School of Education, Masters in Instructional Technology.